Robert Mueller's testimony to Congress was a disaster from the moment he sat down. The former special counsel ended up destroying his credibility on live television and dashed Democrat hopes of impeaching President Trump in less than one day. And to add insult to injury, Trey Gowdy just left Mueller humiliated like never before thanks to one brutal line. When Robert Mueller took the center chair at a House committee hearing for the Russia investigation report earlier this week, Democrats had high hopes. Led by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, the Democratic caucus in Congress had planned to use Mueller's testimony as the basis for relaunching impeachment efforts against President Donald Trump. But Mueller put the brakes on those plans almost immediately, and it's because he fumbled his testimony for hours on end while leaving the rest of the country stunned at how incompetent his testimony was. Mueller couldn't get his facts straight. He had to ask for members of Congress to repeat questions directed at him over and over again. And he even dodged questions asked of him by members of both parties around 100 separate times according to one count. In the end, the Mueller testimony ended up being nothing short of a slow-moving train wreck for Nancy Pelosi and her allies. But Mueller wasn't done giving Republicans mountains of ammunition to use against Democratic attempts to bring back articles of impeachment. And Trey Gowdy immediately took the opportunity to slam both the Democrats and Mueller with one brutal line. Former Republican South Carolina Rep. Trey Gowdy responded to Wednesday's congressional hearings by saying that the person who had learned the most about the Mueller report was former special counsel Robert Mueller himself, reports the Daily Caller. Gowdy, who appeared on a Fox News panel moderated by anchor Brett Baier, argued that Mueller's testimony made it clear that most of the report had been authored by his team, which made issues concerning the bias of the team all the more relevant. Adds the Daily Caller, "This is huge." Gowdy, who isn't even in office any longer, continues to remain one of the top nemesis of Nancy Pelosi and her cohorts in Congress. And with just one move, he left Robert Mueller humiliated by pointing out that he himself seemed to have been completely ignorant of his own report on the Russia investigation. But Gowdy's attacks on Mueller's poor showing weren't just directed at the former special counsel. They're also directed against Nancy Pelosi. Pelosi and the Democrats are not closer to anything other than wishing this never happened. Bad facts make for bad witnesses. Bad witnesses make for bad hearings. This one was an abject, miserable failure, Gowdy said when discussing the hearing. And with one sentence, Gowdy got to the heart of the issue. The Democrats didn't really care about Mueller or his report. They care about removing Trump from office. And they brought Mueller up to speak to Congress so they can get closer to the goal. But the plan backfired and ended up blowing up in Pelosi's face, leaving Democrats no closer to removing Trump as president than they were before.